Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting radio-exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
Welcome to the Retreat Leaders Podcast, your sanctuary with retreat experts, where we spill the tea on retreat success. Here we dive into crafting transformational guest experiences, talk about how to avoid pitfalls, and unlock marketing secrets. Whether you're a seasoned guru or a budding enthusiast, we've got the inside scoop for you. Join us as we learn how to flourish in this magical world of retreats.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Retreat Leaders Podcast. I'm Shannon, and I am joined, if you can believe it, in Champagne, France is where we are right now. We both were just saying, where the fuck is our champagne? We should be having it in our hands.
I feel so out of place without a glass of champagne.
Like, what's going on? We're in France. But I'm joined by somebody who's just an incredible human. I've gotten to know her just over the last couple of days here in France. And she does, in my opinion, one of the most integral jobs that could be had when it comes to retreat hosting. So I'm going to have her introduce herself because she'll do a better job, I'm sure, than I would. So welcome to the show. Tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Daesha Donze. I am a luxury retreat planner and coordinator for amazing retreat hosts that know that, well, they can do it all, but they just don't want to. Because as an entrepreneur, we know you can do it all. Like, we all want to do it all. It's just knowing when to delegate to a professional and ask for help so that they can focus on their delivery, their attendees, and not the logistics that are going on in the background, and making sure that everybody is okay. And it is so much work. As a retreat host, or people that have hosted retreats before, you know how much work it is. And just having someone that can do it all for you, but knowing that it's still your vision, still everything that you want and more, while not having to do the dirty work, is just game changing.
So game changing that yesterday, it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday when we were really getting to know each other. And you said, over wine. Yes. And you said, I do all the, I think you said dirty work, maybe it might've been, I do all the dirty work so that the host can actually enjoy their retreat that they're hosting. And I was like, yes. So tell me first, like, what kind of options do you have? Because I'm sure some retreat leaders are listening, like, can you do the prep stuff? Can you come on site? Like, tell me what some of your, like, how does it work?
So my entry package is just like a VIP day where we can go on, chat for 90 minutes, plan out your retreat, get your game plan. Here's your logistics, everything that you need to do and when. That's a great starting point. If you know, like, hey, I want you to do everything for me. I do planning, all the planning. Tier up is I plan and go on site with you.
Okay.
So that I already know everything that's going to be going on. I am there with you so that when you're at the retreat, you can actually relax. Like, who would have thought? And enjoy it. Because that is so essential as a retreat host. You should be able to enjoy your own dang retreat.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, it is already so much work. The hosts are already juggling all the things. And one of the things as a host that you're doing is you're not even just the details, which is important, obviously, but you're also just juggling in your brain space, everything that needs to be done, who your guests are, who might be struggling, who needs what, holding that energy, holding that space. And so if you can just focus on that part, and somebody else is making sure that if we run out of champagne, or, somebody had a dietary restriction they forgot to tell us about, and so they showed up and they're like, hey, guess what? Or, somebody's heater's not working. Do you know like what I mean? Like all of that.
Somebody will need something.
Yes.
Like a lot of it is going to the grocery store, picking up things that you didn't know that you needed at the house. And a lot of times if you rent a house, there's a lot of things that the house does not provide that you don't know until you show up.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, we need toilet paper. We need coffee.
We need ground coffee instead of beans, or the other way around.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. When I used to rent a lot of places that were not retreat centers, a lot of times if it's a retreat center, they might or might not have staff on site. And even if they do have staff on site, they're not going to do all the same things that a coordinator is going to do. But I would rent a lot of houses, and it wouldn't be until I got there that it was like, there's no beverage holder, or there's no ice maker, or there's no, whatever it might be, like just those mundane things that people might think are not important, but they are. Every piece of it is important to the whole puzzle. And so as the host, you can't be the one leaving your guests and going, I'll be right back, I've got to make a run to Target,
Which I did 2 weeks ago. Like, we need coffee filters. But it's just, I always say, like, luxury is not in the thread count. It's in the experience and the details. Because yes, thread count is important, I must say. But making sure your guests have such an incredible experience and feel so loved and taken care of, and they get everything and more that they were expecting is just like, it's the details that really matter and that make such a lasting impression on it. So that's what I really love to provide my clients, is getting to know them, their brand. Every retreat is different. And I feel like if you customize it to that brand, to that person, like, it just explodes your business. They're like, give me more, give me more. When it's really just something truly special and they're a part of your world forever.
What she said. Oh my gosh. Okay. So another thing that came up earlier when we were doing a workshop, we're here in France and we're doing workshops together and we're learning collectively. It's really such a beautiful experience. But one of the things that came up that I didn't even think about or have any idea about is it's the whole seller of travel. If you're hosting retreats and you're not familiar with this, it's a problem, first of all. I was familiar with the concept, and that's why I don't do certain things. So a seller of travel, certain states, and there's 4 in the US, and then I think there's a whole another category for the UK and beyond, that you have to be registered as a seller of travel if you are, first of all, doing anything like we do, accommodations, food, and all that stuff. But you especially cannot assist with transportation to and from the airport, airfare, any of those types of logistics. And so as a retreat host, you're kind of saying, hey, once you get here, I can take care of you, but getting here is up to you, right? That's fine. But what I learned about you, which I think is like literally the icing on the cake, y'all, is that she can do all of it. And tell us why.
So I am a registered travel agent. That is how I started, actually, as planning luxury travel led into retreats. That was my light bulb moment. This is what I'm meant to do. And cherry on top, like, oh, hey, I can actually do this legally. So that is something that I've learned, is retreat hosts should not be planning accommodations like chefs, airport transfers, if they are not a seller of travel. And that is just so important. You want to do your retreats legally, especially if you host more than one, and make sure that you're all taken care of. Something else that I do is, say your attendees want to stay later, get there earlier. Most do, especially if you're traveling internationally or whatever. I also help with hotel accommodations before and after, and just any other tours or activities, and making it a whole experience.
Yes. Okay. So one differentiator I want to say is that if you are outside of those 4 states, you kind of can get away with doing like what I do, which is I offer accommodations and food once they arrive. I can't do anything else though. I can't arrange anything outside of my package that I'm offering once they get there. But if you are in these 4 states, which is California, Washington, Hawaii, and Florida, and it's really, actually, the problem isn't so much that if you are in those states, if you're in those states, get a seller of travel no matter what. Here's the other problem. If you market to those states and you are marketing to the consumers who live in those states, you must be registered as a seller of travel. It's just a thing. I'm not going to get too much into it. It's a whole legality thing. But at the end of the day, if you work with this beautiful woman here, you're covered, right? So you literally have her on your team, And she mentioned she's got a couple different levels, but you can have her on your team. And I mean, can you imagine as somebody, as a guest, they register for your package and then you're like, by the way, here's Daesha, and she's going to now help you with everything else. And then she's also going to keep track of everything and monitor all the travel stuff and make, like, you're not going to have to think about it. And y'all, I just can't even tell you.
Payments, like emails, communications, all the like assistant work, that's a whole other soapbox for me, is if you have your assistant plan and they're just like keeping you small and, oh, you can't charge that much. You shouldn't charge that much for your retreat in a castle. Like, stop. We're not here to play small. We are going big. We're going luxury. And that is what we do here.
Hey guys, it's Shannon. If you've been dreaming about hosting retreats or taking your existing retreats to the next level, let's make it happen together. Join me August 22nd through 24th for an unforgettable retreat leader mastermind experience. It's going to be located on my ranch in the beautiful Texas Hill Country. Here's what you'll get when you hang out with me and an amazing group of like-minded leaders. Learn my top strategies for marketing, business operations, and selling out your retreats. Connect with other passionate retreat leaders in a high-vibe, supportive circle. Recharge, relax, refresh, and soak up all the inspiration our ranch and our staff have to offer, because you deserve it. This isn't just another workshop. It's a chance to step fully into your role as a heart-centered leader while building a business that thrives. I'll be right there with you, sharing everything I've learned from the years of hosting retreats and running my own venue. Spots are super limited, so grab yours now at profitwithpurposemastermind.com. Let's create retreats that transform lives, starting with yours. That's profitwithpurposemastermind.com. I can't wait to see you there.
So imagine having her on your team that not only is going to help you with the details and all the moving parts and the bookings and the logistics. Honestly, I don't think I could list everything, but she's not going to let you play small. And I'm sorry, but especially here while we're talking about elevating and growing our business and making sure that we're running it as a business, many retreat leaders who are listening to this, whether you're just starting or maybe you've been doing it, you play too small, period. You play way, way too small. I bet you see that. I mean, working in this industry, tell us what you see.
Most of the time it's pricing so low that you're not even close to profiting, much less like doing anything else. I don't think anybody will pay that, or I can't host a retreat that's over $2,000. Who will come? That's a major thing. And also not wanting to put deposits down. We talked about this earlier, not wanting to take the risk and going through a third-party company where you don't have to put any money down and they will plan everything for you. And then if it sells, great. If it doesn't, okay, you're not out any money. Oh, there's just so many wrongs there. Like, you cannot trust third-party companies. And I've heard stories where the host didn't even know what hotels they were going to be staying at until like a month before.
Okay, that makes my stomach hurt.
I know.
Just listening to that.
Oh, but they didn't have to put a deposit down. No. And then we'll talk about, Airbnb, and we talked about this earlier, is, it's so risky not knowing who you're actually booking a venue through and not communicating with them and just going on a third party site and, oh, that looks great. The photos look great. And you get there and it is nothing like the photos. There's bugs everywhere. The doors don't work. And I've seen it so many times, but it was affordable.
So I'm glad she's bringing this up. And this all goes into the whole logistics stuff. She obviously not only can help you with it, but she can help educate you, because I have seen it in the 15 years I've been doing this. I have seen it where someone booked something because it looked affordable. It was beautiful, and they got there and there actually was bed bugs, like legit bed bugs. So not only did they have to leave and pack everybody up and go to another place, but they had to deal with the bed bug situation. Now people have it on their bodies. Like, it's just a thing, right? I've had it where people booked something and it wasn't actually real. Like, it wasn't real, you guys. And so for me, when I see people that are like, I don't want to put money down on a venue because I'm not sure. First of all, there's a whole mindset thing there. if you're not sure. That's just a whole mindset thing, because hosting retreats is an investment, period. It's a business. Never, ever book a venue that doesn't ask for a deposit.
Hey, it's Shannon here. I'm just popping in really quickly to ask a big favor. Would you pause the show and go review it for us? Please. Reviews really help us to be able to get more guests and more experts on the show to help you transform your retreats. So if you wouldn't mind pausing and leaving us a review, that would mean everything. And if you're not already subscribed, do that too.
So I believe where I left off was never, ever, ever book with a venue that doesn't require a deposit. That is not, first of all, it's not good practice, business practice. It makes me question the validity of the venue. That is a really easy way for the venues to say, never mind, we got a better booking than you. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's just so many things that goes wrong with that. And so again, but that all goes into the thinking small in my mind.
Yeah. Let's play it safe.
And playing it safe gets, honestly, so here's my version of playing it safe. If you're afraid about going into retreats, like you're really afraid, then do a 1-day retreat. Do like a 1-day workshop, a getaway. Start doing those, like build up to it. But even that, within that frame, in that frame of doing a 1-day thing, you still are going to play big within that. Like you're still going to get a great place. You're still going to put a deposit down. You're still going to do all the details to the top notch that you possibly can. You just have minimized your overall financial risk because you've started off with 1 day.
If you're going to host a retreat, especially in a different state, in a different country, you have to have the confidence in yourself and in your retreat that it's going to freaking sell out. You have to. And then you will sell out. If you have the belief in yourself and what you're offering, you just have to, and that's something that I work with my clients on, is you have to have that mindset before you even launch it. You have to know.
She's speaking my language. I tell people it's more than 50% of your success will be if you believe it will fill. When retreat hosts are booking the ranch and they book the ranch, and if their first communication after booking the ranch is, I hope, or it better, or I'm not sure, or any of that type of language, I'm like, oh my God, you're starting off this way. If you are starting off this way, it is such an uphill battle. It's, and I don't want to say it's impossible, but damn, it's an uphill battle.
And everyone feels that energy from you.
And everything that you create. Yep. Everything you create is being created with that energy. Every word you put out, every discussion that you have, every person you contact about your retreat, they're going to feel that energy.
If you're unsure about your retreat, why would I come on it?
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. So it sounds like, y'all, if you have the belief and you want to get into retreats, you just need to hire her, because she's going to make sure that you do not play small and that you get to enjoy your retreat. I honestly, I will say, and this is probably just because I've been doing this for so long, like that resonated with me so loudly, was the fact that you could be there and support the host in a way that allows the host to also enjoy the retreat.
It's so important. And that's kind of how I got into it, is attending a retreat as I was growing my travel business and realizing that the host did not have the support that she needed. And as like a planner in my background, I just wanted to take care of her, So as a host, you have to be taken care of, and you have to have that support in order to support others.
Oh my gosh, I'm just going to take all her pieces and turn them all into like loud sirens, because this is exactly what we need in this industry. So if somebody wants to work with you, how would they do that?
You can find me on Instagram at Daesha Donze. I actually am going to drop a free travel or retreat planning checklist in the podcast, and everybody can get a timeline of what they need to plan and when, so that you know that you're on the right track. And like I said, I offer VIP sessions where we can kind of map out your retreat, make sure you're on the right track, or I can plan it all for you and you don't have to worry about anything. I can be on site and you can enjoy your retreat. And then I also offer VIP weekends where we not only plan it all together, but we get in person at the place that you're actually going to be hosting your retreat, do some site visits, set it all up so you're so extremely confident in your retreat. And yeah,
Everything. And before I sign off here, can you work with anyone in the U.S.? Is that, or anywhere in the world?
Anywhere in the world. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys, you have to contact her, or at the very least, grab her freebie, and that will be in the show notes. So you guys can just pop into the show notes to grab that freebie and to maybe jump on her socials and say hi. I know that obviously she is probably, truly, my honest opinion, one of the most invaluable pieces that you can add to your team as a retreat leader. So thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. You're amazing. And can I just say, like, this podcast is so needed in the industry. There's not a lot of information out there about hosting profitable, true retreats. So thank you for everything you're doing. It's amazing.
Thank you. I think you guys are going to see more of her soon. So thank you, hon.
Thanks for listening to the Retreat Leaders Podcast. Learn more at www.theretreatranch.com. See you next time.